So Denver finally has their man. Sean Payton is the new head coach of the Denver Broncos. And over the past two seasons, the Broncos have essentially traded three first round picks, three second round picks, and three players for Russell Wilson and Sean Payton. So my question to you all is it going to be worth it?
I would say no. I mean, Sean Payton, I think he's a good coach, but at the same time, I think he is very overrated. I mean, I think pretty much anybody you talk to, they would say Drew Brees is at least a top five quarterback all time, or even top seven if you want to go back to some of these old guys. Okay, now they won one Super Bowl. Yeah, he has a good regular season record. I believe it's 152 and 89, I think it is, or something like that. But, you know, to pay you all this money and give up all this compensation and, see, he got a fallback plan right now. If the shit don't work, we going to blame Russ. And what these owners and stuff don't do is, if you come in here, you telling me you are offensive guru, you are the man. You supposed to be able to work with a Hall of Fame quarterback. If you can't do that, then you know we got to question why they're giving him all that money. And to me, with Kellen Moore going to Chargers, the Chargers are going to be better. Kansas City is going to be what they are. I mean, Raiders is just a wild card. We've been a wild card for the last 20 years. But the thing about it is those two teams there in the division, we know are going to be better than those guys unless something catastrophic happens. Now, to expect all that to change in Denver, I don't see it happening. I mean, anything is possible, but I don't know. I mean, some guys, I don't know. They got a picture of somebody having sex with a monkey. I just don't know. All of these Shanahans and McVays and all that, these guys are good coaches. But the way they make these guys out to be, you pay 15, $18 million and all that kind of stuff, they really ain't worth that kind of money because they they win, but they get lucky here and there. Just like McVay, all that losing and stuff he's done. Well, he went to two Super Bowls, he won one. All right, you gotta give him some credit. But do you want to coach or don't you want to coach? And too many of these guys, they want to take time off. And just like Sean Payton, you left when Drew Brees out of there, you out of there too. So we don't know if you can coach or not. So we'll see.
And Buck, what do you think, man?
I don't think it's going to work. I mean, we've seen, Russell Wilson, he did well up there in Seattle, but this first year, man, he felt, he's a good quarterback. I think he had a Super Bowl title to his credit, but to fall off as much as he fell off coming into Denver is just really shocking. And then you have Sean Payton, who was kind of falling off as his coaching career, in New Orleans. And now you're coming to a team that really doesn't have the type of talent that they need to succeed. I mean, they're going to have to really, through the draft and through free agency, really get some studs over there to help those guys out. And plus, that division is just, it's Trump tight. For the most part. So it's going to be a tall order for Denver to be successful in that division.
So yeah, it'd be interesting. This is a guy in 15 years. He's had 4 losing seasons in 15 years, and in nine years out of those 15, he's gone to the playoffs, and he's only been one and done twice. So, for 7 of those 9 years, he won at least one playoff game, which is pretty good. But I just don't think you mortgage the future for a coach. I maybe you could do that years ago, but nowadays I think you got to put more emphasis on the players more so than the coach. Because even if you think Sean Payton is a 10, let's say someone said he's a 10, do you hire a 10 and then not have the players, or do you hire an 8 and you get the players? And right now, cheap labor is where it's at. You got to be able to hit in the draft and then find those key free agent pieces to kind of fill in the gaps. And they don't have a draft. So if they are planning to upgrade it at all, they got to either try to trade players to get some draft capital, or they got to do well in free agency. And I don't know how their salary cap looks, but we all know free agency is not cheap. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But personally, I just don't think it's worth it to trade for a coach.
Roughing the passer, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. Roughing the passer, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.